Tyson Fury's entrance to Barbie Girl.
He didn't want to be there.
Yeah, he didn't look like it on the stage, though.
Usyk's hilarious, though.
Usyk's entrance was...
He's the unified heavyweight champion of the world. He still hasn't changed.
I expected a bit more from Tyson Fury, to be fair.
I'd say 75% were wanting Usyk to win.
Even before the fight?
Even before the fight.
Madrim off bow.
Riyadh season does is they put on 50-50 fights.
Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we are going to look at the press conference for the upcoming rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury happening on the 21st of December on Riyadh season. And a good undercard on this as well. But yeah, I think most people have seen the press conference. That was rather interesting, shall we say.
Was it in a church?
It's in... Well, everybody's saying that it's a cathedral thing. It's the headquarters of the City of London. It's the Guildhall, because I looked it up to check what it was. So the Guildhall is like the head location of, because this maybe people who don't know, the City of London itself has actually its own sort of government. The internal city, the City of London is the bit, not the whole of London, but the internal bit actually exists as a separate part.
What, like so the Vatican City?
Exactly. So there's this. It's called the City of London, I think, and that is its headquarters where they meet and have all the things. And it's been around for nearly 1,000 years, 900 years at least. So since the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
You know when you bang your head and you make stupid boxing predictions. This is what happens. So yeah, I looked it up. But yeah, it's an epic building. It was an epic. Really nice venue. It looks like an old cathedral.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people have said. And I've had people look at it and say, because they were trying to work out which cathedral and stuff. That's what I was doing first. Then I thought we'll look it up. But yeah, it's the Guildhall in London. So it's like now an event centre and stuff. It's a listed building. It's the centre of the government of the City of London. City of London, it's called.
Well, there we
go.
And
the home to the City of London Corporation, which runs London. So yeah, interesting venue. It makes for a cool setting and stuff with the window and the bits and pieces and things. So first of all, what did you think of Tyson Fury's entrance to Barbie Girl? What do you think he was sort of implying there? What did you think of his body language and his his demeanour in general? Because he didn't really wake up until they had like the journalists when he was standing up and doing it. Then he sort of got a bit more alive.
He didn't want to be there.
Yeah, he didn't look like it on the stage though.
Really didn't want to be there. I mean, I'm no body language expert and I don't know Tyson Fury, but...
Well, what I mean is compared to his normal demeanour, like the normal way he is in a place before a fight, in this one, other than the Barbie music, which is, a bit out there, I mean, he looks a bit like down.
And one or two things. Either he's really, really serious, and knows he's got to be serious. There's a massive job at hand, or he's been humbled. I don't think he's been humbled.
Yeah, it doesn't sort of fit with his character. Do you think he's playing a bit of possum and be taking it seriously this time and going?
But then again, I get the feeling like they were both having a little the way
gamesmanship.
But the way Better BF was, just like, yes.
Well, that's what I mean. But see. Tyson Fury's not normal like that. Oleksandr Usyk usually is.
Yeah, but I think maybe the pair of them were doing exactly the same.
Yeah, I think Usyk was just playing along. So
Usyk's hilarious, though.
But if you look at it, right, we'll get on. Or if you're over Tyson's, Usyk's entrance was epic.
Usyk's just hilarious.
Hitman Agent 17.
He is hilarious.
He looks like it though. He looked like a hitman. His eyes and everything fits. The case was brilliant, and then he took out the picture.
Yeah.
I got him to sign it. I believe he's given it to charity to raise money for what's going on in his homeland, which I think is a brilliant thing to do. But I just thought that was just fantastic because he even had the right music.
The thing with Usyk is he doesn't change, does he? He's the unified heavyweight champion of the world. He still hasn't changed.
We got to get him on our channel at some point. interview.
He's not going to come on your channel after your latest predictions. No, I think both of them know that this is a real serious. Training camps will most probably start soon.
Well, I think there was. I think that's what it was. It was the point of basically saying we're going to start. It was looking at the thing I got was Usyk was just Usyk himself. I mean, I think he's raised. I think he's raised the bar of entrances though.
No, I think what with Usyk is his English is getting better as well.
So he's more interesting to do the jokes and stuff.
His English is definitely getting better.
Well, I think it's always been a little bit better than he lets on.
Yeah,
but I think now in front of the
got
cameras,
a really
it's got better
good sense of humour. He respects everyone he fights, Usyk. Mm-hmm. He really, really does. But he's just...
Well, what I like about him, he, more than like a better be Evan Bivol we're doing, he gives a little bit of like humour to it. Like a little bit, but in a really respectful way. Like he's like, I think if I can bring up the picture, his picture on it was, "Don't worry, I won't leave you alone," but he's got his Hitman with the thing. So, which is what he said at the beginning, "Don't worry, I won't leave you alone, my friend."
And he
calls him like greedy belly, which is
neither of them have given anything away, have they?
No, they're not going to give the game plan. I mean, you get the people who ask, but they must know that if you're going to have a fight, you're not going to go you're like Sam, in your next fight. So what are you going to do to your opponent?
Yeah, fall asleep.
It's a bit of a stupid question, to be honest.
Like I say, it is. I didn't expect a lot from this press conference. As the fight gets closer,
I expected a bit more from Tyson Fury, to be fair. Or do you think he just realised he's been outdone and thought, okay, all right, round 0 to Usyk?
Or did he realise, the British public, I'd say, weren't really supportive of him in the last fight? I think the more people I spoke to I'd say 75% were wanting Usyk to win.
Even before the fight?
Even before the fight. And that's British people.
Did you ask 3 people and 2 of them were us?
Yeah.
4 people and 3
No, I think,
of the 3
a
were
lot
us.
of people didn't like the disrespect he showed Usyk in the press conferences. Mm-hmm. And I think that went against him. And then obviously there was the thing with his dad and blah de blah de blah. But yeah, I don't think he was received very well with how he treated how he spoke to Usyk, if you like.
Well, he seems a bit up and down in this. Like in here, he was really respectful.
He is bipolar,
but then he's done one of the
so
interviews where he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to batter him." Doing really good. I forgot. I need to watch it properly, but from the gist of it, is basically saying, "Yeah, I should have won." Blah blah blah. And then in this one, he's like, "Yeah, the better man won. We're going it again. Yeah, and we'll basically we'll see." As the better people would say, we'll see what happens there.
And he could,
and he was a lot more respectful in things. Whether genuinely so, whether he's just playing it up or
we'll see. But you don't take much out of it, do you?
Well, no, I was just interested in his. I think Usyk raised the bar of entrances, and his demeanour is what you expect, but he's raised it again. And it was surprising to see Tyson Fury a bit less than his usual rambunctious self. Whether it's just an act or whether it's...
You never know with Fury, do you?
But it adds a bit of a sort of interest to the fight again. You looking forward to the rematch?
Yeah. Because it was a great fight.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great fight.
Well, it swung both ways, so...
Yeah, it was a great heavyweight fight. Wasn't boring at all. I haven't made my mind up on who's going to win.
Well, we can do that we'll do our predictions and fight.
But yeah,
it was more just for the conference.
I am really, really looking forward to it.
Do you think that this? I've heard some people say the second fight on the list. Let me just get out a bit. Madrimov Bochuk is an epic. It's a 50-50 matchup.
Oh, God, yeah, it's a proper 50-50.
So there's some of them saying that's the most exciting fight on there.
It's not.
Because I think, yeah, it is.
It's not, but it's a great fight.
I'm just saying, I've seen some people say that, and I think not really, because obviously the name of Usyk and Fury is high, but like it is a really
great fight.
good matchup. And there's some other good fights in
Again,
there.
but it's what Saudi Riyadh season does, is they put on 50-50 fights.
Yeah.
They really, really do. So no, that's going to be... it's going to be one of them where I'll be watching, because a lot of fights you can miss the beginning few fights, you're not really interested in them. But the Saudi cards, you always need to watch them from the start, because
mainly the interesting part is it's mainly a British matchup, or they got one New Zealand or Australian, McKean, and then you've got their one which is Madrimov Bouchuk, the Uzbek, and
is it McKean McGrail?
It's Moses Atoma's opponent.
Sorry,
Dempsey McKean. Is he New Zealand or Australian?
Moses
New Zealander, isn't he?
Is look out for him as well, because he can make a big.
Well, he's the next fight down
on the heavyweight scene.
Before we get it wrong, let me just check his nationality. I don't want to be insulting anybody's nationality. I think it's New Zealander, isn't he?
He's a big.
Australian.
He's the next up and coming British superstar, if you like, in the heavyweight division.
He's an experienced guy, isn't he? Dempsey McKean.
You got Johnny Fisher against
I thought he was Australian.
Dave Allen as well.
Flag on the. Oh no, they've got the wrong one. I just can't see. They've got the right flag. Sorry, that's why I made a mistake.
Yeah, Johnny Fisher against Dave Allen.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
So
there's Lowen McGregor and McCann and McGrail in it. So they'll be coming
McCann McGrail
super bantamweights
is going to be
a featherweight fight, a heavyweight fight.
No, McCann McGrail is the fight of the night, I think.
Yeah. I think they're really closely matched up, and then you've got Moses Toma and against McKean, heavyweight fight as well. So we've got 3 heavyweights.
Yeah, he loves his heavyweights, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, the thing in them is it is what you don't know what can happen, isn't it? It can go either way, even if it's one favourite. It's like, so there's the up and comer against the experienced fighter. Fisher and Allen is a heavyweight contest. And then you've got Madrimov and Bouchuk for the super welterweight, which is just, that's a stacked division.
Yeah. No, it's a great card. I look forward to it as it gets
21st
closer.
of December. Chris. And then if everything goes well, Christmas Eve, we have our man in away.
Yeah.
Coming up, which is,
a lot of announcements before that, though, I feel.
Well, I think the November and December is fairly well stacked for fights. There's a lot of good fights. There's the sort of Hispanic Riyadh season, isn't it, coming up in November, on which Bilham Smith is on.
Do you have a cruiserweight to fighting? Forgotten his name. Do you have a cruiserweight champions fighting as well?
The German one?
He's fighting.
Season
Just because we're Opetaya fans.
Well, Opetaya's had his, Zerdo and Bilham Smith are doing, and I think, it's
he's fighting.
You think of Mihailovic, but it isn't Mihailovic, it's the...
So, there's a lot of good fights coming up. There's going to be a lot of fights announced for the beginning of next year, I think. They'll be announced soon. But another 5v5. So it's
Mikhalian. That's the guy I was trying to think of. Not Mihailovic, Mikhalian.
So the exciting times again. Another good year of boxing. And they just seem to be getting better and better at the minute, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy.
Well, I think the Saudis have kicked it into a bit of gear, so everybody's having to make an effort now and make up. But I mean, there's some we've missed in between. There's some good fights. There's a good card coming up with. Is it Conceição and so on the 2nd of November? I think they're fighting. They've got quite a good. Let me see and bring her up. Yeah, it's a super featherweight in it. Conceição and Foster.
Yeah,
which is good fight. But it's got Muratalla and Campos on, Santana Reyes, Tucker and Madeira, and you've got 3 or 4 really good fights on there in US one. So they've started up the level of the undercards now, whereas before you need to get 1 or 2 really good fights. which I think is a really good thing. And then we've got Riyadh season November, and then that's 21st is going to be Riyadh season December. And then I believe they're going to do another one in February.
I think that's going to be the 5v5.
That's the 5v5 one, isn't it? So
look out for it. Look forward to it.
And
it's going to be a good end to the year for boxing.
We hope so. Well, I think all of it build up.
It's going to be a
and
really
then
good
we've got
end.
those two events, both in a ways one. I think they're going to add a few fights on there, and hopefully the Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk, or should be Oleksandr Usyk, Tyson Fury rematch, and all the cards under that. Should be a really cool event. Yeah, let us know what you think of his outfit, what you think of Tyson Fury's demeanor. Do you think he's just putting it on? Do you think he has sort of lost a little bit? Because he seemed to imply he was just fighting for the money. I don't think that's completely true. I think that's an excuse.
Hasn't he just made about 18 million quid from that new boxing game that's just come out?
Yeah. Well, they asked him afterwards, that's what he livened up with, but he goes, I'm just here for a job. It's just a job. I'm here for the money. He's just making it for the money. It's not really about the belts. At the end of the day, it's just about the money. But he's made a shed load. But yeah, each to their own. Anyway, we shall see you in the next episode. Thank you very much.